If you look at the map of consciousness on screen right now, you'll see that desire is low on this map of consciousness. It's low on the vibrational chart, okay? And it's right next to anger and what is the other one? Anger and fear. What's really interesting is that Dr. Hawkins talks about how love, the vibration of love, which is at the top 4 frequencies, is the 4th one down. We've got enlightenment, peace, joy, love, and then reason. Love, when you're in love, you are stepping into the spiritual realm. When it comes to co-creating your reality, and I love using the word co-creating your reality because it's not creating your reality, mind, me creating my reality. It's working with union, working with the spiritual realm or God in order to create your reality. And so Dr. Hawkins talks about how at this frequency of 500, you're in love. And in love, you're stepping into the spiritual realm. You're tapping into the spiritual realm. You're in a very high vibrational frequency. And we're not talking about love based on the mind. We're talking about love based on spirituality. It's 2 different things, right? So there are people in this world who love based on how someone is performing, right? Do you get what I mean? It's like, if you don't do this, it's conditional, right? If you don't do this, then I'm going to act like this, right? It's conditional. That's not love, right? It's not love from the space of spirituality, right? And obviously we got to have our boundaries, right? If someone's treating you wrong, you got to assert your boundaries, which is really important, right? You got to protect your own energy, okay? Because your energy is your currency, and you need your currency in order to support others, your family members. You got work to do and stuff like this. And when someone's pulling on your energy, you got to take care of that. So when I'm talking about love here, I'm talking about love that transcends our ego, love that transcends the mind. You can love someone unconditionally and leave. I love you, but I'm going to leave, right? I love you, but I can't do this anymore, right? It doesn't mean you're going to accept someone's behavior, right? And the way that they are treating you, unless they are doing something about it. Okay, and it's a little bit of a gray area there, because if someone's going to therapy and they're seeking the work and they're trying, and that's a different story now, right? Now it's their trauma. They realize it's their trauma that's making them behave a certain way, and they're doing something about it. They're addressing it. Anyway, I'm having a tangent here. And so getting back to the point, love and above is where we need to be in order to create our reality, because love and above is tapping into Christ consciousness. We're tapping into us beyond us beyond the me, the identity, right? So one of the things that I teach is a process called neutrality shifting, which helps you shift your identity. Identity shifting, you may have heard of identity shifting before, right? Identity shifting is still in the realm of the mind. Right? We have a true identity, which is beyond the mind, beyond the ego, beyond the thinking, where we disappear and we are pure awareness of mind, ego, illusion. And when we can get to that space of disappearing, right, we are with oneness. And in that oneness, we can co-create our reality and manifest the goals that we set before we came here. Because in that space of emptiness, we are quiet, or the mind is quiet. The mind is quiet, we can receive downloads into our system better, right? We can receive information through truth and be guided towards God's goals. So mostly we're manifesting our ego-based goals, which is edging God out, ego edging God out, rather than edging God in and manifesting God's goals. And I'm not making ego-based goals bad, okay? Because I want to be really careful here, because for some people it might sound as if I'm saying this is bad. This is just is. Ego is just is. And it's still okay to approach ego-based goals, so as long as you're aware that it's ego-based goals. Does that make sense? If you want the fancy car or the $1 million mansion or whatever, that's okay, as long as you're aware of what the ego wants. What does your soul? What does the soul want? What does the heart want? The heart is one of the key manifestors. What is the truth, right? And you can do both, yin and yang, right? Material and spiritual. As long as you're letting go of the material world, but still being okay with having it. It's like, I don't care if I don't get these things. I don't care if I don't become a millionaire. I don't care. It's secondary to the truth, right? And when I obtain it, it doesn't matter. If I gain it, if I lose it, if it gets better, if it gets worse, it doesn't matter. It just is. It's the fluctuation of life, right? And so you're no longer a part of the Maya. You're no longer a part of the illusion. You're in your truth, and you're aware that this is what the mind feels about it. This is what the brain feels about it. This is what his story has told me about it, right? And my body is reacting based on his story. And there's a part of me that's identifying with that and connecting with that when it's not truly who I am. I am the awareness of this. See how that works? Now you're in your power. Now you're in your truth. When I say power, it's not the ego-based power that I'm talking about. It's just God, universe, isness, which is just love and emptiness and fullness at the same time, right? I'm not talking about the power of taking over the world, right? No, nothing like that. It's just pure awareness. And so now you're manifesting the goals that you set before you came here, because your mind is quiet. It's coming through you instead of to you, right? It's as me rather than to me. And we are in tune with the fullness of who we truly are. There's realms of us, right? It's not just we're on this plane in our physical body. There's realms of us. When I say us, I mean the us in you and us. Like, there's realms, there's levels, or what we interpret as levels to us when it's all one, right? And the more that we connect to those higher vibrational frequencies through emptying the mind, it can come down into us. And then we can project it into the world, right? Through our minds, through our hearts. We can project it into the world because these eyes are projectors, right? And obviously the light goes in and then it hits the back of the retina, and then the retina flips it upside down, and then your brain interprets it, and blah, 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 right? Which is science, right? But what if we recognize and realize that everything that is around you right now was created in here first, right? Every single thing you're looking at, apart from Mother Nature, right, was started in here first, right? Right now there's a desk in front of me. The desk was thought by someone first, and then it was created, right? The car that you drive, the roads that you drive on, the paintwork that's on the roads, right? Someone, somewhere built that, right? Constructed that, engineered that, put time and effort into that. They had to think first before that came into fruition. They projected it into their reality, right? They took the idea and they made it real. Real. They made it a part of the illusion, right? Because the download or the idea is the real, okay? Is the real, especially if it comes from the truth, right? Is the real, which is reality. And when it comes out here, it's now a part of the Maya. It's now a part of the illusion. And so Gavin Speaks YouTube channel, this video that I'm recording right now, by the way, is tapped in, right? This is coming off my mind, right? When I say my mind, my downloads, right? I've not written anything down. I've not scripted this or anything like that. I felt the goals I set before I came. I felt it through me. It came through me and outward into the physical world. It's kind of weird because it's not going into the physical world. It's on a memory card, and the memory card's going into the computer, and the computer's uploading it to the internet. So it actually never reaches the physical world. Actually, it's just on a screen, which is really interesting. I never thought about that. Anyway, the idea is coming through me. I connected in with my guides. I connected in with my higher self. I connected in with my truth. I connected in with Christ consciousness, awareness. And the words are coming through me. Okay. So what if there are things that we could co-create that we're not accessing? What if there were gifts that you are not accessing? What if there were truths that you are not accessing, and you're not accessing your higher wisdom? And again, I'm using these words like higher and stuff like this, which is not actually true, it just is. But I'm using it to describe and explain to you. I don't even know what this video is about. But when we get into the top 5 frequencies, we are love and above. And when we're love and above, love, joy, peace, enlightenment. This is where we kind of disappear. Enlightenment is where we disappear. We're no longer in the mind. And we can get those downloads, right? And I created a course where I'm giving away the first module away for free. The program's called Awaken. And I'm giving away the first module for free. The link's in the description, where I show you how to get into the top 5 frequencies on the vibrational chart and how to heal the heart, which is the most powerful manifester. And so, can you see how this is the opposite to manifesting? Can you see how this is not trying to get something from the material world? This is not working with the material world trying to get something. You are working with the spiritual world, and it just is. There is no manifestation in this space. It's just done. There's no separation. When we constantly focus on the material world, when we constantly try to attain success through the material world, when we constantly try to focus in this way, we stay stuck in a perpetual loop, and we continue to suffer, and we continue to stay at the low vibrational frequencies on the vibrational chart, like anger, like desire, like fear, like guilt, like shame. And we wonder why we can't break free. If we want to break the cycle, we have to actually go inward and break the cycle, because the external is never going to allow us to break the cycle. We can constantly chase things and go after things, but it's never going to break the cycle. And if you're watching this video right now, it's my belief, and you're watching up until now, it's my belief that you understand something that most people don't understand. It just needs to be organized in a certain way and explained in a certain way that hits and reminds you of this information that is not my information, right? This is not me. This is the truth. And so it's recalling, you're remembering who you truly are. And that there is no manifesting, right? The material world is the matrix, will constantly keep you trapped, will constantly advertise to you, will constantly tell you that you need this, you need that. These are not needs, right? There's basic human needs that we have, right? And there's a difference between desire and need, okay? Maybe I should make another video about it. But there's a difference between desire and needs. We have basic human needs, needs for connection and love, needs for certainty, needs for uncertainty, needs for significance and validation, needs for growth, needs for contribution. We have basic human needs. We need to eat, right? We don't desire to eat, right? We need to eat, right? When it turns into desire, we are working with the matrix now. Point blank, period, right? Right? When you want that Thai food, that Indian food, that's what you desire. It's not what you need, right? But we make the excuse that's what we need, right? I need to eat, so I'm going to have this, right? We need a nutrient. We need to feed our cells, right? We need to feed our cells so that our cells can thrive, so that we can thrive in life and stay alive, right? And when we go beyond that, we have to realize it's a luxury, right? We live in a world where we're so spoiled that we don't realize what's the difference between a desire and a need now, right? And I'm putting my hands up here. Like, I'm one of those people, right? I'm one of those people, right? I'm not saying that I'm like some guru out here. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. What I'm saying is that we can become aware of these things. I don't need to have this new thing that I'm buying from Amazon. I want it. I desire it. And why? Where is it coming from? Right? Before you purchase, you can ask yourself and try this out. Where is it coming from? Why do I want it? Why do I need it? Right? I found myself the other day going to buy, what was it? Something to do with my camera, something to do with I can't remember what it was exactly. And I realized that I don't actually need this. I want it because it feels better to have it, right? I noticed that it feels better to have it. But after a while, that feeling goes away, right? It feels better to have it. This is me disconnecting from self. I'm implying that that thing can make me feel better or different, which it can, right? It can make me feel different. But you're saying, you're giving that thing power, right? You're giving power to the material world. You're giving power to the physical world. When in actuality, it's all here. It's all at the top four frequencies. It's all there. Like, once you're there and you recognize it and you're in there long enough, you realize that you don't need any, you don't want or desire, you don't need to desire or want anything. Maybe I'll make another video on that, okay? Anyway, there's a link in the description. Check it out. I'm giving away the first module of my Awaken course for free. I'm going to share you how to heal your heart, how to get into the top 5 frequencies, and how to literally transform your life. Okay, can't believe I'm giving away so much for free. It's definitely worth at least $1,000, just the module 1 alone. Can't wait to hear your testimonials with that. And I'll speak to you in the next video. Peace, much love.